You guys loved my previous PPC videos, so here's more of that. And this video is for you if you want to learn the best way how you can bring your advertising cost of sales, in short, your ACOS, down. So if you have set up your PPC campaigns, just like I suggested in my full PPC guide, which you can watch here, then your campaign structure will be similar to this one here on the screen. You will have an automatic campaign, a broad match campaign, and also a product targeting campaign. And within these campaigns, we will find targets that drain our budget and we will get nothing in return, and we want to identify and change them. And we want to apply the following steps that will help us save money that we are currently overspending. And that being said, if you have watched the full tutorial, you might notice that the approach in this video is a little bit more conservative, and it aims to save as much money as possible, while the full tutorial is more of an aggressive approach which ensures good organic ranking and plenty of data, and especially is relevant for the time directly after product launch. So depending on what stage you're in, and also depending on your goals and on your budget, you will have to decide yourself how aggressive you want to be. But in this video, it's all about bringing the ACOS down as much as possible, and we will do that in 4 steps, and we will start by improving our automatic campaigns. So our first step is to add negative targets to our automatic campaign, and in order to do that we have to go to our ad group and then to search terms, and then we use the filter settings as follows, and we only want to see search terms that have more than 20 clicks and 0 orders, and that is my threshold where I'm saying and where I'm considering adding those as a negative target, 20 clicks and no orders, unless you have just launched your product and this keyword describes your product perfectly, then you should wait for more data. But in all other cases, if the keyword has 20 clicks and no sales, you can add it as a negative keyword, as it will otherwise just be draining your budget. So we can just copy the keyword or the ASIN where these filter settings apply, and then we go to negative targeting and paste them into the negative exact match keyword list. If the search terms that you identify now are completely irrelevant to a product, you can also consider adding them to the negative phrase match. For example, if your product is a blue light blocking glasses, you wouldn't want your ads to show up for searches that are related to sunglasses, for example, then you can add sunglasses as a negative phrase match, and by that make sure your ads stay relevant to your targeted audience. And my advice is to do that every 7 to 10 days in order to stay as cost efficient as possible. And then our step number 2 is to pause targets in extremely high ACOS campaigns. Now at this stage, we want to identify keywords that are getting orders, but they are costing us way too much money, and they'll make us think, man, I'd rather spend my money on something else that is actually helping me to get better results. So we want to do that by going over to our broad match campaign, then to ad group, then to targeting, and apply the filters. And we want to apply the filters that ACOS equals or is greater than 75, because anything above 75 ACOS is just where we are losing way too much money. And then we want to see clicks greater than 15. And when I apply this filter now, you can see right away that in the last 30 days there is one example where I have spent €31 on that specific keyword, and I have generated only 1 sale with that, with an overall ACOS of over 500. This is just for a test product, a low price product, but it's also a keyword here that is just losing me money. So I'm going to go ahead and pause all of them that are above 75% ACOS. Now at this point we have taken care of all our keywords with an extremely high ACOS. Now we still have keywords left in our campaigns that are generating sales, but they are currently losing us money, but we don't want to pause them because they are performing and they are getting some results, some sales, and there's actually nothing worse than pulling the plug on something that is working, and most importantly, gathering valuable data for us. And what we want to do now is step number 3, and that is to reduce bids on high ACOS campaigns. So we're still in ad group and in search terms, and I usually aim for an ACOS of around 20 to 25%, and that usually leaves me with a margin of around 20 to 25% as well. And also we have established earlier that when we have an ACOS of 75%, it's really high. So now what we want to do is all the campaigns with an ACOS of lower than 75% that are also generating sales for us, those are the ones we want to identify and improve. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some filters. So I'm going to use the filter setting ACOS less than or equal to 75. And then I'm also going to filter by clicks, and I want to see everything greater than 15. This is just so I have a little bit of data to work with. And now I'm going to reduce the bid for all keywords that are between 25 and 75% ACOS by 10%, so that if orders happen, it's going to cost me less money, I'll be more efficient, and I'll try to get to that sweet spot where I have still a good amount of impressions and a reasonable ACOS. And an ACOS that is going to go towards my targeted ACOS, and we will talk about that in just a second. And I'm also checking that right here, that step, every 7 to 10 days, and then I see how it performs, and then I can make changes again according to the pattern that we have learned so far and that we will learn in the upcoming minutes. So, and I also want you to be aware that now we are paying less per click, and then our ACOS is going to drop because of that. But that is only true when the ratio of orders to clicks is staying the same. And when that is the case, then we are saving money. And there's one other thing that I want you to take into consideration, and that is by reducing our bids, it's important to know that it's a trade-off, and we are likely seeing fewer impressions on our campaigns. So less aggressive bidding means also less visibility. But even though you're getting fewer clicks overall, if your conversion rate stays the same, then you're essentially saving money and making more money with that strategy. And that's what we want. We want to earn money with Amazon. And our final step, number 4, is to identify what we need in order to be successful on Amazon. And that is getting valuable, up-to-date strategies from someone who cares about your success. And that is why you should subscribe in order to make sure that you will see all upcoming videos. And there are more tricks to improve your PPC campaigns, and you will find that in the upcoming video.